Hi. Thank y'all for being here this Tuesday. Another day of the week. Yes. Hi. We are live. It is Tuesday. How y'all doing? Yes, honey. Yes. Good morning, and good morning. Ooh. Y'all, thank y'all for being here. I'm still kind of waking up. Y'all. Going into the office, Lord. I hope you guys made it to work safely. You got your coffee. You're got your zen. You're in a peaceful place, in a prayerful mindset, not allowing anyone to get on your nerves this morning because, honey, it is Tuesday. Yes. So, thank y'all for being here. Let's go ahead and do disclaimer. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion, and it is used for fair use and entertainment, okay? Yes, got that business out the way. Yes. There's so much going on in these YouTube streets, but we do have some very interesting topics for you guys this morning to help you get on your way. I know a lot of people say, oh, Caramel, this is my morning coffee. I live to hear Chronicles in the morning because it kind of helps you get your start. And I appreciate that. I love doing what I do in terms of, the Car Chronicles, my lives, connecting with you guys. I enjoy doing that because it's kind of low-key therapy for me as well to talk to you guys and have these very interesting conversations in the morning. So I'm happy that you guys enjoy as well. Okay, so good morning to all of you joining. And hopefully you're having a great morning thus far. All right, let's get started. With celebrity news is first. You guys know we like to do that first to get that out of the way before we get into the meat and potatoes of everything. And pardon me with my sunglasses this morning, guys, because the sun is very bright, okay? It is me, though. It's me, okay? All right. A small little update on the Shanquella Robinson case. You guys know who Shanquella Robinson is. For those of you who don't know, we've been living under a rock. Don't have any eyes or ears. It just came from Mars and just landed on Earth most recently. Shanquella Robinson was unalived in Cabo, Mexico with, they call it the Cabo Six. Her friend, she went over for vacation. She was very badly beaten by one of her so-called friends that went on the trip by the name of Dejanay Jackson. While her other friends sat back and watched. She was unalived. Her body was sent back to the U.S. She had an autopsy done here, and some of the autopsy that was done in Mexico, they're saying is very questionable, which the U.S. now have just said that they will not be pressing charges and or prosecuting because they're putting that on Mexico. Okay, so that's just a brief catch up for those of you that did not know. Now, Shanquella's family has most recently come out, they have most recently come out to say that they are going to be seeking a civil suit as well as still pursuing charges through the Mexican government, okay? They are not letting this go in terms of pursuing charges for Shanquella, and I'm glad. They are still forging ahead on that, but they are also seeking a civil suit in her death. And it's going to have to be towards Dejanay Jackson because that's who the actual warrant and extradition is looking at right now, okay? So they're looking at filing a civil suit in addition to still seeking charges for the death of Shanquella, okay? So they're not going to sit back and just allow this to be swept under the rug. It was very disappointing to them that the U.S. did not want to step in. But like I was saying the other day whenever I talked about this, the U.S. can't really step in and overstep boundaries because the crime was not committed on U.S. soil. So they cannot overstep the Mexican government and their actual investigation in what they're doing in terms of this case. Yes, it's taken so long, maybe because she's, an African-American woman and she's not much of a priority over there as she is here. But at the end of the day, charges are still being pressed. There is still an open case on this. There is still an open warrant for Dejanay Jackson, and they are still seeking extradition in this process. Extradition, as we already said several times, does take time. There's a lot of paperwork involved. There's a lot of money that has to be paid out. There's a lot of signatures that have to be signed. There's a lot that goes into extraditing someone from another country into the country that the crime was committed. So they are working diligently to get this handled, but the U.S. is not allowed to overstep boundaries in terms of this case. So that is why it's taking so long. It looks like nothing is being done, but there are things being done behind the scenes because Shanquilla's attorneys, Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, has already stepped forward to say that they are working day and night in order to get this case handled in the way it should be handled, so that this family can finally get some peace in this situation. Okay, so prayers to them as they continue to fight this fight for Shanquilla. Okay, and definitely rest in peace to her. Let's move on. All right, hopefully I broke that down to where you guys can kind of understand it. That's just unfortunately how the law works. A lot of us are like, dang, I want something to happen and we want it now. I feel the same way, but unfortunately that's just not how it works. We gotta wait. We gotta have some patience in this situation. All right, moving right along. Fans are not happy with Carlos King and production in terms of Wanda possibly being able to make an appearance back on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm kind of skipping around a little bit. I wanted to wait on this, but since it's right here, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. They're not happy with Wanda possibly making an appearance in an upcoming scene on Love and Marriage Huntsville. As you guys know, this past episode 2 of season 6, Tisha found it very convenient to try to sneak in and try to make some plugs for her mother because she knows her mother's not on the show. Okay, she talked about Wanda's cookbook, which she also talked about, made mention of Wanda's food truck. So she's trying to still keep Wanda's name alive on this show because she knows that Wanda is in a time out. Now, Wanda most recently went live to make it known that she did film and that she does have some scenes that will be shown. She don't know when and or if that it's going to be filmed, but then she's turned right around to say that she was going to be on the show. So fans, with them hearing that, they are pissed at Carlos because they're saying that it's not fair that she is rewarded an opportunity or awarded an opportunity to appear on this show and make a coin when she has done nothing but bullying. And they've also made mention of another blackout. Okay, they're not happy at the fact that Stormy's mom, Betty Kruger, as I call her, is also on the show, who is also a bully and takes on the same manner as Wanda when she's on this show. They weren't happy to see her on the first episode of the opening season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is why the ratings were so low. So the ratings are going to continue to decline because they are still allowing Wanda and Betty to wreak havoc on this damn show. People don't want to see them. They don't want to see them. They're making it very clear. They're not going to support the show. It's going to cause the ratings and this show to tank if Carlos and production don't soon get it together. How many blackouts do they have to do? Blackouts, as we know the last time, it really affected this show tremendously. So much so to the point to where he put her on a timeout and really took her off the show and did not give her appearances until the reunion. And then he had to coerce her into apologizing so that the fans will back down. And then his comment that he made at the end of the reunion, that he wanted the millimeters to get up off him and for the millimeters to leave him alone. He see and he hear the comments that we make in terms of this show and how we feel and our disdain for the fact that he allow bullying and certain things to happen on this show and how we continue to call him out. He see the comments, trust me. He see our videos, he hear us. So in an effort to try to, I guess, keep everybody off his ass, that's what he's trying. He's trying to slowly creep her back in there to see and test the waters and test the climate to see how the fans will react to see Wanda back on the show. She claims that the ratings are low because she's not on there anymore, which we know that's total bullshit. No, the ratings are not low because you're not on there, because what did you really bring to the show besides drama and mess. Nobody wants to see another woman running across the parking lot, jumping somebody. Not on this type of show. Now, you can take that over there to Love and Hip Hop. Love and Lockup. That's a great place to go over there and do that. Maybe First 48. If you keep that attitude up. That's a good place to do that. Bad Girls Club. Maybe your ass can be, Bad Girls Club of grandmas. Get you and Mama D and Mama Joyce. Let them have a Bad Girls Club of the grandmas. Grandma's Bad Girl Club. Mama D, Wanda, Betty Kruger, Mama Joyce. Let all their asses go over there with that. Love and Marriage Huntsville is not the platform for that. Period. Wrong show. I'm just saying. That might be a good idea. That's where they do all the ratchet at over there, honey. Go on over there on Bad Girls Club. Do a Bad Girls Club. Grandma's Bad Girls Club. Mama D, let her ass get over there because she like to fight too. Mama Joyce, y'all done saw her trying to fight Candy's assistant. She like to fight too. Okay. Wanda, apparently she likes to fight. Betty with her wooden teeth. She look like she like to throw down too. Let put all their asses on the show, honey. Let them go on over there and duke it out. Let them throw some wigs, honey, and smell some Bengay on set. That's all it's gonna be. A bunch of wigs flying and a bunch of damn Bengay smelling and mothballs. That's all it's gonna be over there. Not to get off topic too much. But fans are upset at the fact that Wanda is bragging about coming back on this show. They're not happy at it. They are pissed that Carlos is slowly trying to sneak Wanda back on here. But as y'all know, like I said in the scene where Tisha was sitting there talking to her cousin Courtney at Black, and she made mention of Wanda. Now we ain't nobody heard nothing about no damn Wanda, but she made mention of Wanda. And then I found it very suspicious that Wanda made that live saying that she filmed some scenes for Love and Marriage Huntsville and that she will be appearing back on the show. She don't know when, but she has been filming. Okay, so I found that to be very, very suspicious that is allowed, that she's even allowed to even film, whether they even put it on the show or not. Why is she allowed to film, to even give her any false hope to the fact that she's going to even be on the show? Because you know she can't shut her damn mouth. You know if she can't shut her mouth about this fake ass case that she's supposed to have out here, talking about she's suing some bloggers. And then she always say her lawyer told her to keep her mouth shut and don't talk about it. My lawyer told me don't talk about this. But then that's what you're doing. I don't believe you have no case, because if you did, you would not be trying to jeopardize it by running your damn mouth. If I feel like I have a solid case about something and my attorney tell me to keep my mouth shut and not speak on it, I'm not going to go on live and tell intricate details of what the person is being sued for and what my attorney is doing. Like, she just be doing a lot. She be doing a lot. She be doing a lot. And like I said, I don't know anybody on the face of this earth that can sue somebody for saying something about your mama when mama jokes have been out since God knows. I can't even count back. Since the damn Stone Age. That's everybody's go-to when you piss them off, is to say your mama this, your mama that. Let me get some water, y'all. That's so stupid. That is just beyond stupid to me. But fans are pissed. They are pissed. As you guys know, like I said, the first episode where Betty appeared was 288,000 views. It gone down tremendously since last season, which was 495,000. So we, I guess, gonna have to sit back and see what the hell is going on with this show. A lot of people have dropped off from watching. I mentioned it yesterday. They're not happy at the fact that Wanda may be coming back, and the fact that Betty is on there as well. Wanda has teamed up with Betty, saying that Betty is her best friend and that she don't like the fact that we continue to call her Betty Kruger and that we continue to come for her because she, don't deserve that type of treatment. She totally deserves it, just like her ass deserve it, because you are disrespectful and you feel that you can do whatever the hell you want to do and continue to bully people and put your hands on people, and you think it's okay. Betty feels that it's okay for her to come on somebody else's platform and sit up at somebody else's event and tell them to shut up. That's a form of bullying. Melody is a grown-ass woman. You're not her mother. It's not your place to tell her to shut up and when to speak. So the fact that you would sit up there at her event, at a table, in front of other people, and tell this woman at her event to shut up and let you talk, who are you? I almost said something. I had to catch myself. I almost said, who the F are you? I almost went there. Oh God, let me. Who are you to tell somebody when to hush and shut up? That's so damn rude. And Stormy didn't even check her mama when she did that. That's my thing. You just let your mama just be like a wild bull out here. Just out here bucking and starting mess. She don't have the authority or jurisdiction to tell nobody to shut up. When she never shut up. And this is the mess that Carlos King is allowing on this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And it's so damn sad. It's sad that you're going to allow the show that's supposed to be the #1 show on to be probably taken off the air. They're approaching 100 episodes, but it's going to be a shame that this show be snatched from the air because people are not supporting it and or watching it, and the ratings are dropping because of the stuff that's being allowed. It's sad, but we're going to move on, y'all. LaToxic Scott. I like to call her LaToxic, baby, because that's what she is. She is continuing to do interviews, still talking about this show, Queens of R&B. The show is off the air now. They're not coming back for a second season from what I'm hearing. A lot of fans are saying they want to see a second season because they enjoyed the first one. She is saying that she's pretty much still going around doing interviews about the SWV show, Queens of R&B. She did an interview with Kendra G. All right, she says that it's production's fault and it's Mona Scott Young's fault for her getting set up and dragged into every episode that they were in. She's saying it's their fault and it's editing's fault as to why she appeared to be what she was on the show. She said that she's not that type of person. Total lies. I mean, they can only edit what you give them. I keep telling people that. Stop hopping on these damn reality shows and acting a fool and then blaming it on editing. They can only edit what you give them. You totally acted a complete ass this entire season of the show. You acted like the group needed you, funky towards your sister, but now it's Mona Scott Young who is the producer of this show. It is her fault, and it's also production's fault. I don't get that. I don't get that. Okay. Now, she asks is like I said, fans ask is there going to be another part two to Queens of R&B. She's saying that it's not going to be, and that she don't want to be in another segment of the show because she didn't like the way she was portrayed in the first segment. Well, maybe you shouldn't be on there. If they decide to do a part 2, maybe you should do just like you're doing right now with the girls going on tour. Just don't go. Don't be on it. Go on and promote your gospel album. Thank you so much for the super chat. Go on and go ahead and promote your album, your gospel album, which ain't doing so great, and keep it moving. She keeps saying they can't boot her out of the group. That's totally what they're going to do. They're looking at changing the name to Escape 3. I already talked about it. She don't want to come to practice. She don't want to sing with them. She don't want to be on stage with them. She wants to be solo, but then still hold on to the group. Okay? So she's saying that no. She says for me, because people had us beefing on social media, and that's just not what I do. Well, you totally do that, because how many times have you hopped on social media while this show was on? One, to talk about your marriage being an open marriage, which was a total lie when your own husband came on there and said it wasn't. You hopped on there to throw shade on Candy. You went on Ricky Smiley Morning Show throwing shade. You got into it with the brat where she had to read your ass down over there, and your husband. So you totally love this social media beef. You totally love that because you've done several interviews doing that. You totally love that. You live for that. She lives for the drama. So we grabbed your hand and pressed it on the keys, honey, on your phone for you to go back and forth on people with Twitter and social media. Okay? Because you did a whole lot of that, Tasha. If you watching my channel, baby, you did a whole lot of that. Playing victim, and you always had something to say about Candy, blaming Candy for everything that was going on in your life, in your marriage, the fact that you ain't got no Grammy. Everything that was going on wrong in your life because you so miserable, because you over there stuck in a marriage that's fake as hell. Your husband caught out here with 145,000 women, and you out here lying and looking stupid. Steady trying to protect him looking dumb, and you blaming production and Mona Scott Young for the demise of your life and how it's going. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. She's such a nut bush. She get on my nerves. I can't take her. She takes no accountability. She is a narcissist just like Rocky. And you still out here doing this little tour of talking crazy about people, still trying to spin the narrative and play victim because people see you in a negative light and because this damn album ain't selling like you want it to. So now you still on this little press tour to make people believe that you are a victim in this situation when really you are the problem. Really, she's the problem. She says that Mona Scott Young does not celebrate black women and pretty much made her look bad on this show. So she don't celebrate black women, but you agreed to do the show. You knew the direction of the show before even signing up. But you thought that was going to catapult you and give you some face time for you to do this solo career that you were planning to do and spring on everybody. You used this show for your own personal clout, and you mad that it didn't spark the way you thought it was going to spark. So now you coming back blaming Mona and saying that she don't promote black women when that's all you've been doing is tearing down black women. You stay talking negatively about your group. You do. You stay talking negatively about your group, the same girls you say you love. But you won't go on tour and you trying to hold up their money and you mad that they moving on without you. That's the problem. That's the problem. That is the problem. So I really think she needs to fall back and accept the fact that this is your karma, ma'am, for the many years of mess that you've done and things that you've done to this group. Even Brat had to tell her she acted real funky and that she was a bully back then. She didn't like that. She was pissed as hell when the Brat put her on Front Street on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show when Brat said that, Tasha, you were a bully. She said, you tried to bully me back then. She said people were scared of Tasha back in the day because Tasha was a straight up bully. She felt like that was her group. She even went on to say that she named the group Escape. See, she trying to take all the clout and the credit for this group. I named the group Escape. It was me that named the group. I'm the lead singer of. She was on that. I said, did you know your sister can out-sing you and that she's actually singing all your parts right now and that they are on a successful tour right now without you, girl? Did you know that? Maybe you didn't know that. They're on a successful tour and your sister is singing your parts and singing the hell out of them. She says that she feels that the show purposely made her look like the difficult one on the show. That's what it was. Every time they showed up for a scene, every time Escape got together to try to talk about business, to talk about the tour, you sat there like your ass was eating a whole bag of lemons with your nose turned up, frowned up. You didn't want to talk. Anytime somebody asked her a question about something, oh, I don't know, I'll have to pray about it. I need to talk to my husband about it. You weren't engaging in anything except drama. You wanted everybody to kiss your ass on this show. So now that people have been talking about how they don't like Latasha and they don't want to support you now because of how you acted on this show, now you still doing this little press tour after the show is over, and you want people to like you so they can support you in this stupid ass album that you don't went out here and try to do once again. That's going to be a total flop because people are not going to support a gospel album from someone who have come out talking about their marriage is an open marriage and they've seen you on national television acting a fool, screaming at your sister, and the fact that you've taken $30,000 and more from this girl and refuse to apologize and have a conversation with her. That's not godlike. And people not supporting that mess. And you and your feelings because you orchestrated this mess. I ain't got no more for her. And I ain't supporting that album either. Period. I don't care who don't like it. Period. I'm not supporting it. Yes, it's gospel, but it's trash because it's coming from her. How you gonna sing about the Lord and you got the devil all up and through you? You don't represent God at all. Nothing about you speaks God. You're only doing it for money, which is for the wrong reason. Are you doing it to reach somebody's soul? Or are you doing it because you want somebody to be a better person by listening to your music? You are doing it to prove a point that you can be solo and that you can leave the other girls behind and that you don't need them. You are hoping that this album does well so that you can do the whole I told you so, that I can be a single artist, a solo artist out here and do better than the girls. That's all it is. You're trying to prove a point, and it ain't being proven because nobody is supporting you. And that's what your ass get. That's what you get. Moving on, honey. She gonna be toxic to the day she take her last breath. Because that's what she been programmed for 28 years to do, because her husband, aka Rock Kelly, that's who he is. They one and the same. Two people with one brain. They ain't but one brain between the two of them. Ain't but one brain between the two of them. And he think for both of them. She don't need a brain. She don't have a brain. They both sharing his brain. Because whatever he think and or say, that's what happens. That's what they go with. But moving on, child. Stay in that toxic world, honey. Stay right there in it. Jonathan Majors, there's another update on him. He's steady losing out, y'all. His career is tanking by the day. Okay, we talked about yesterday how he lost his role in Kang. Y'all know that's one of his bigger roles for Avengers. He also lost his role for the Dennis Rodman movie, the biopic coming up. They removed him from that role as well. Now he's suffering yet another loss, you guys, after already losing all of these deals. Y'all know he lost the deal with the Army commercial as well. Okay, we talked about it yesterday. So now you guys, his talent manager for Entertainment 360 have parted ways with Jonathan. Okay, with Jonathan Majors. So now his talent manager has dropped off as a result of this assault case. Okay, and he's also been dropped by his public relations manager. Okay, from the Lede company that also represents him. So they both dropped off because of this assault case and these allegations. They no longer want to work with him. Marvel has also cut ties with him as well. All right. So I don't know what the hell else could happen in this situation. I think everybody's kind of jumping ship, and he hasn't even gone to court yet for this situation. So like I said, something must be there. It's something that they may already know that they're not saying in terms of this case, which is why they're actually not fooling with him anymore. It may be some truth to this, y'all. I don't know, and I don't want to say that, and I don't want to speculate, but there's a reason that they are disassociating themselves with him and his career, because my God, he was at an all-time high. He was set to be filming his own Kang series for Marvel. I talked about it yesterday. So now Marvel is like, we don't want to fool with him, period. We don't want to fool with him, period. So now his entertainment, his talent manager has said, yeah, I don't want to work with you no more either. And also his public relations manager as well. So I don't know, y'all. This is, oh, child. In my Florida Evans voice, honey, damn. Jonathan, how much worse can this get, Lord? It's not looking good for him, y'all. It's not looking too good for him. He might want to call Tyler Perry, honey, because y'all know Tyler, he's one to help you revive that career, baby. When people don't want to work with you no more and they don't see it for you no more, Tyler, he'll put you in some movies, baby, to keep you relevant and put some money in your pocket. He might want to go on and reach out to Tyler Perry and say, look, can you give me something? I mean, hell, can I be Madea for the next movie? Jonathan, you might have to be Madea for a couple movies, sir. So you can get some money in your pocket. Tyler might not want you to put on his little dress over there, but baby, you might need to put on Tyler's dress and wig, baby, and be Madea for a few movies coming up. That's all I can tell you, bro. I don't know what else you're going to do. If they're going to do another Big Mama's house, you might want to ask Martin Lawrence, can you be Big Mama for the next few movies so you can get your face back out there, baby? You might need to, that seems to be the thing to bring your career back, honey. You might need to be a woman for a few movies. Be Big Mama, Big Kang or something. Shit, I don't know. You better do something out here in these streets, bro. You might better do something out here. You might better be Madea for the next few movies. That's all I'm saying. All right, moving on, honey. For those of you who are Erykah Badu fans, I put it in my community wall yesterday. She is starting her new tour. All right? Yes, baby. She is starting a new tour, and she will be on tour with Yasmin Bey. All right? Yes, honey, the tour is going to be called the Unfollow Me Tour. Y'all know Erica is kind of weird like that. So it's not weird that she would call it the Unfollow Me Tour. But her tour is set to begin in San Antonio, Texas. She will then go to New York. She has a bunch of dates out there. I posted them, like I said, on my community wall. So those of you that like her and you want to go see her, see whenever she's going to be in your city and go support. All right, I love me some Erykah Badu. I do, honey. I love me some Erykah Badu. But they said the tour will start in San Antonio, Texas. She will be also in New York, Denver, Boston, and other surrounding cities. All right. The tour will wrap up on July 23rd in Dallas, Texas. Okay. So the tour is going to begin in, I think they said the end of May or so, like that. I think it's the end of May, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. But yeah, it will end July 23rd and it will wrap up in Dallas, Texas. For those of you that like Erykah Badu, go check it out, okay? Get your tickets, honey, going out. It'd probably be cheaper than them Beyonce tickets. I'm just saying, honey. Just saying, it'd probably be cheaper than them Renaissance tickets, baby. So go on out there, honey, get your Erykah Badu on, all right? Let's move on, honey. We got some good topics this morning. Whew. I ain't skip over that. All right. I'm going to save that for another day because I want to be able to get into what we're talking about right here. Oh, all right, so let's move on. There's an extended clip for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want to get to that so that I can kind of run my mouth a little more on this. There is an extended clip that OWN did not show for the last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's the scene where Martell met up with the Fletchers, Nell and Chris Fletcher, for their little date where they were sitting at the table. There's an extended deleted scene that was not shown that I feel should have been shown, which I feel Carlos and production kept off the air because it showed Martell in a different light. It showed him being more vulnerable, and it also reveals a little bit more into the situation going on between he and Melody and his mentality of how he thinks in terms of this divorce, the co-parenting situation, because you know Martell's storyline this season is him trying to get Melody back. He's pretty much trying to harass her into coming back to him. That is it. And they think that mess is cute. I don't think that's cute, that you give someone a platform into harassing someone who continues to tell you, leave me alone, no, I don't want you to walk me, blah blah blah. Y'all already saw it. We talked about it. So that is his storyline this season, harassing Mel and not claiming Sheree and blaming coleslaw. And we're gonna talk about it here. So, like I said, he sat down with Nell and Chris Fletcher in this particular scene, which was deleted, which was supposed to be an extended scene to the scene that they actually did show on the show. All right. So, it shows them actually trying to talk some sense into Martell about ruining his marriage and him taking no accountability for the cheating that he did in his marriage. All right. So, Nell asked Martell if he misses Melody. Now, you guys already know he always gives a roundabout answer. He never gives a straight yes, which we all know that is the answer. Okay? Martell always says, I always told Melody if I get back with her, it's going to be for the kids. Lies. Martell don't give a damn about them kids like that. His focus is on being back with Melody because he's struggling. He see her. Martell will not ever say yes. Okay? Not on camera. Because he done told Coleslaw a whole bunch of stuff. And his pygmies as well. He ain't gonna never just say yes. Because he knows she be watching. And she give him hell off camera. Because he tell her that everything is just for the show. Versus the reality of what it really is. Y'all know that's what he do with Ariane. He tells Ariane that when she's watching the show and she check him on something about him and Melody, that it's only for the show and it's for a storyline. That's what he told her about Sheree. About the whole boyfriend and girlfriend mess with him and Sheree. That it's only for a storyline. Production put on the screen that Sheree was his girlfriend. So he tells Ariane this stuff so that she don't be getting in his ass about it, because she feels like she's the main chick now. That Melody is out of the picture. Alright. So why are these people driving so crazy this morning? My God. Oh. Anywho, Martell says that he misses the dynamic of being married. That was his answer when Nell asked him if he misses Mel. He says that he misses the dynamic of being married, you guys. I said, this damn fool. You didn't answer the question, Martell. Okay? Because didn't you just recently purchased 10 dozens of roses? You don't do that unless you miss somebody and trying to get them back. We keep talking about it. But you're not going to give them no straight answer. Because your pick-me's is watching and Ariane watching. So you don't want everybody to think that you out here missing mail like that. And I'm still trying to figure out what's going on in terms of Ariane after she hearing. I'm surprised she ain't went live yet after hearing about these 10 dozens of roses. It's shocking to me that she has not gone live. Because y'all know she lives to save face, honey. She ain't gone live yet about this news about these damn roses yet. So he says that Martell says that he does miss raising the kids with Melody together, and that he also co-parents with Melody, but it's confusing. How is co-parenting confusing when you get 1 week on and 1 week off? How is that confusing? You get the kids on the next week. You get them Melody got them this week, and then you get them on the next week. How's that confusing? You're making it confusing because you're taking her to court and trying to sue her for full custody, and you're being so difficult in a situation that's so simple. You don't want to follow the rules and regulations that the two of you sat down and agreed upon. So now you're trying to say that being co-parents with Melody is very confusing. But the fact of the matter is that you're not really trying to co-parent Martell. You want access to Melody so that you can harass her into being back with you. It has nothing to do with co-parenting. The co-parenting situation is working if you just follow the rules. But because narcissists don't follow rules, that makes it confusing to you, Martell, because you don't understand boundaries. So that's why she won't let you call her. That's why she won't let you be in her space. That's why she let you come get the kids and just let you do whatever you're going to do for your 7 days and don't bother you. That's why it's confusing to you that she won't bother you when the kids are there, because she don't want you calling her 1,000 times, making it about you and her when it should be about the kids. Period. It's a no-brainer. It should not be confusing. 1 week on, 1 week off. What's confusing about that? Now, I know you slow, Martell. I know you slow. But even you should understand 1 week on, 1 week off. All right. So Chris Fletcher went on to ask Martell, is co-parenting confusing for you or Melody? Okay. Martell says it's confusing for the kids. Now, you know he ain't gonna